Hello students, in today's lecture we are going to continue with the unit number 3, chapter number 9, tuple and dictionary. As I previously told you that there are four topics which are very important in Python. First is string, you should know everything about the string. Then we have seen list, then we have tuple and then dictionary. So these four topics are very important in Python. So in today's lecture we are going to start with chapter number 9. In that we are trying to cover tuple topic. So let's start. So basically as there is a very small revision whatever we have learned. String means whatever we written within double quotes, single quotes or triple quotes, that is considered as a string. Strings are immutable. Okay, this point is very immutable means we cannot change any character of the string. After that we have seen list topic. Okay, list means when we want to create list within a square bracket we have to provide comma separated items, right? So that is called list. And lists are mutable means we can change any element which is present at any index of the list. So this change is possible, and this is the reason why we can call it as list are mutable. After that, in today's session, the topic which we are going to cover, that is tuple. So if you want to create tuple, then simply you have to write again comma separated items within round bracket. So this is the first difference if we compare tuple with the list, that we have to provide all the data items within round brackets. So round bracket indicates that whatever we have created, that is tuple. So again, tuple is a collection of data. With the help of tuple we can collect the data. Only the difference is we have to make use of round brackets. So just see the first half example, that is this tuple I have created, which is equal to, within round bracket I have provided 3 fruits name. Okay, apple, banana and cherry. And then on the second line we have simply printed this tuple value, and you will be able to see the output like apple comma banana comma cherry. And again it's similar to list only. If you are running the list you will get the output within square bracket, means the way you have created the list, in the same way you will get the output. Similarly in case of tuple, the way you have created the tuple, the same manner you will get the output, that is within round bracket only you will get the result. After that, next topic is access tuple items. So we have seen positive indexing, negative indexing. So that is nothing but the same thing is present in tuple also. So first topic, that is with the help of index number we can access any element of the tuple. So just see the example, this tuple which contains apple, banana, cherry as 3 items, and in print statement we have printed this tuple within a square bracket 1. So as we all know that the numbering of the data items which are present in tuple will start from 0 only, that is first indexed of the first element, that is 0. So just give the numbering, apple 0 index, banana is on 1 index. So what we have printed, this tuple within square bracket 1, means the output you will get as a banana. Then we have negative indexing. The previous one whatever we have seen, that is positive indexing. Negative indexing means the last item will be having -1, -1 as an index number. Then second last will be having -2, third last will have -3. Like that the negative indexing will start from right side to the left side. Okay, so just see the example. Again we have taken the same tuple and printed this tuple within square bracket -1. So -1 is nothing but the last item which is present in a tuple, that is cherry. If we have printed -2, then you will get the answer as banana. Okay, like that you will be having numbering. After that, next one is range of indexes. Actually this particular topic is also known as slicing. Okay, slicing means it's not necessary that every time I want entire tuple only to work with. I want certain portion of the tuple. So in that case we can make use of this slicing concept. which we have already seen, that is with the help of colon we will separate two numbers. The first number will tell you the starting index and the second number -1. Till that point the item will be displayed. So just see the example. Now we have taken so many items, and the question is, I just want to display third, fourth, fifth item. This is my question. I am having this tuple which contains so many data items like apple, banana, cherry, orange, kiwi, melon and mango. But I don't want to display all the data item. I just want to display the item which is present at index number 3, 4, 5. Okay. So for the same, we will start with 3, 4, 5 means it's not the index number. We just want to display the item, third item, fourth item and fifth item. So apple is the first item, banana is the second item, and third item is cherry. Third, fourth, fifth, that is cherry, orange, kiwi. This is the expected output. So in that situation, what is the index number of cherry? Again start the numbering from 0. So apple is having 0 index number, banana is 1 and cherry is having 2. And this is the reason why in print statement this tuple within square bracket before colon I have provided the starting index as 2. Colon, we want to display the item, fifth item. Fifth item means orange. Cherry is having 2 index number, orange is having 3 index number and kiwi is having 4 index number. Okay, but kiwi is the fifth item, means what we want to display, cherry, orange and kiwi, which is the fifth item. Okay, but it is having index number as 4. So if you want to display the items till fourth index number, then definitely after colon we are going to provide the number which is greater than that specific index number, that is we will provide the 5, so that it will display the items till 5 minus 1, that is 4. So fourth item is nothing but the kiwi. So like that you will get the output. This is called slicing. And in slicing I have just changed the slide, but in previous example in list topic, when we have seen this particular topic, there is a program in that we have provided only 2 colon, means the ending number, index number we have not provided. So again the same thing can be happen with the tuple also. That is, if you are providing within a square bracket 2 colon, after colon the number is not specified, so it will start from second index number and it will display the last item. Similarly, if you have provided the value as within a square bracket colon 5, so what will happen, definitely the program will start execution from 0 index till 4th index. Okay, then these same things which we have seen in list, the same thing is there in tuple also. Okay, and now the program is range of negative indexing. As we have seen for positive indexing, we can have negative indexing also. So just see the example. In that we have provided -4. So -4 is nothing but the starting the index which is or the item which is having -4. So mango, just start the numbering, negative numbering from the last item. So mango is having -1, melon is having -2, kiwi is having -3 and orange is having -4. And this is the reason why in the output orange is displayed as the first one. And again, as in case of positive indexing, if we are providing 5, then it displays the item till 4 only. So similarly, if you are providing colon -1, so it is not going to display the item which is present at the -1 index. It will stop the execution before that, that is till -2 only it will print. It will not display the item which is present as -1. So this is the reason why you got the answer as orange, kiwi, melon. Okay. After that, and if you want mango to be displayed, then no need to provide after colon any value. It will display till the last item. Okay. Then next topic is change tuple values. So the first thing is that is tuples are immutable like a string. Immutable means we cannot change any specific item which is present at any specific index. We cannot replace it, we cannot change it. Okay. So, and this is the reason why the tuples are immutable. Just see the example. we are having x as a tuple which contains 3 members. Then y equal to list into round bracket x. Means why we use list constructor? If you want to, we can say that add any specific item, or if you want to create a list, for that purpose we make use of tuple. So before going to start with the actual explanation, as the first sentence under change tuple value is that the tuples are immutable, and this is the reason why we cannot directly change a specific value, but there is one way with the help of which we can change the value of tuple, and that way is first convert the tuple into list, and lists are mutable, so you change the item, whatever item you want to change, and again convert that list to the tuple. So it's not the easy way like in case of list to convert or to change the value which is present at a specific index, but it is possible, not directly but indirectly. Like the example is given, x is a tuple. With the help of list of x, we have converted the x tuple into list, and the list we have stored inside y variable. So now y is having all the elements which are present in x tuple, apple, banana, cherry, but y is a list. So lists are mutable. We can change the item which is present inside the list. So what code we have written? Y into square bracket 1 equal to within double quotes kiwi, means at one index banana is present and I just want to replace the banana fruit with kiwi. So y1 equal to kiwi. Because of this sentence, the banana will be replaced by the kiwi. Okay. And then again x equal to tuple of y, means what is the meaning of this particular line? Y is a list which we have provided as a parameter to the tuple function. So because of tuple function, the list which we have provided, that will convert it to the tuple, and then it is stored inside the x, and then we can print the value of x. So only with the help of tuple it is not possible to change the item, but by converting tuple into list and again list into tuple, we can make changes, okay, whatever we want. Then the next topic is loop through a tuple. Loop through means with the help of for loop we will try to visit each and every member of tuple. So just see the example. This tuple equal to within round bracket apple, banana, cherry. These 3 items I have provided. Then for x in this tuple, colon print x. So because of this statement, what will happen? From this tuple, one by one the item will be stored inside x variable, and then we are printing that x till it reach the last item. The loop will execute. As we all know that Python is very intelligent language, so it will perform the iteration automatically. We don't need to provide I++. Actually I++ is not there. I equal to I plus 1 we have to write. So no need of that. It will automatically increment the value till there is some item inside this tuple. So this is loop through a tuple. After that, next is check if item exists. Again it is similar to list only, that is we will make use of if in, just to find out or just to check whether a specific item is present inside tuple or not. So first line is we have created one tuple. In second line, if what we are checking, whether apple fruit is present in our tuple or not. So for the same, what sentence we will write? If within double quotes apple in this tuple. So now normally for is working as a for loop. It basically iterate. But in case of if, it will again check each and every item in the this tuple, and if we find a specific item, then it will just print the sentence whatever you have provided inside if block. That is, now in our case I have provided print into round bracket yes, apple is in the fruit list, fruit tuple. So the output you will get, because apple is actually the first element of our tuple. So check if item exists, okay, just to check whether a specific item is present in a tuple or not. Then next is, again this is similar to list only. If I want to find out how many number of items which are present inside the tuple, then we can make use of len function. that is len into round bracket this tuple. With the help of this function, we can easily find out the length of the tuple. So just see the example, apple, banana, cherry, we are having 3. So definitely the len function will give you the answer as 3. So this is the first method of tuple, which is again same in case of list. Then next one is add item. Add item means now, as we have already seen, tuples are immutable, means they are unchangeable. So if we are trying to insert any element at any specific position, we are going to get error because tuples are immutable. So we cannot change the value, okay, or we cannot even add the new value. Now in this case we are having 3 items, so our numberings, index numberings are 0, 1, 2. So just see the second statement, that is this tuple into square bracket we have provided 3. So 3 means we are trying to add new item as orange. But as we all know that in case of tuples, tuples are immutable, we cannot able to add a new item, and definitely we will get the error message. Just see the output of this particular program. Next one is create tuple with one item. One item means our tuple is having only single item. So for the same, you can write this tuple equal to, within round bracket, within double quotes, apple is our single item which we want to be a part of tuple, and then put a comma. Okay, so if you are not providing comma here, then it is not considered as a tuple. This is the reason why we have to provide the comma. Round bracket is necessary as it is tuple, but comma is also necessary. And if we are trying to print the type, then you will get the output as type. And in the second, in the output, class str is also given. So you just need to make one change, that is remove the comma. If you are removing the comma, then this tuple is considered as a string. Okay. So this is the thing, that is comma is very very important, even though if you are providing single item to the tuple. Then the next one is remove item. Actually tuples are again immutable, and this is the reason why we cannot remove any item, because just have a revision, that is in case of list we have used del keyword. There are so many options, but just imagine about the del keyword. With the help of del keyword we can simply delete the tuple. Okay, delete the list. Similarly we can delete the tuple. But just see here example, we are having one tuple, then we have del list this tuple, and then int into round bracket this tuple. So this will raise an error that tuple is long. Means it is not possible to remove specific item from the tuple as it is immutable, but you can delete entire tuple only. So with the help of del keyword you can remove the tuple. You cannot remove the items of the tuple, you can directly remove the tuple. So this is remove items. Del keyword is used to delete the tuple completely. Then the next is join to tuples. In case of list we have seen plus operator. Okay, with the help of plus operator we have joined the two tuples. Similarly in case of in case of list we have seen, in case of tuple also we can make use of plus operator, okay, to combine to or to concat two tuples. So just see the example. We are having tuple 1 ABC, tuple 2 1 2 3, then tuple 3 equal to tuple 1 plus tuple 2, and then we have printed the tuple 3. So you got the output as A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. So with the help of plus operator we can combine the tuples. Then the next topic is tuple constructor. We were having list constructor also to create a list. Okay, similarly here also, means there are two ways to create tuple: directly provide the values within the round bracket and comma separated list, or you can make use of tuple constructor to create the tuple. So this tuple equal to tuple into round bracket. Again here also we have to make use of round only. In list also we have seen, that is we have to use round. So similarly here also we have to use round while providing the value, and as in case of tuple we create the tuple with the help of round brackets only. So this is very important to provide the items which we want to be part of tuple within round bracket with the help of tuple constructor. So this is the second way with the help of which you can create tuple. And then we are having tuple methods. So count method returns the number of times a specified value occurs in a tuple. That is means it's similar to actually length only, but we are having this ready-made method with the help of which we can find out whether a specific element is how many times occur or present in the tuple. For to check that, we can make use of count method. And then we have index method. Index method means with the help of index method we can search for a specific item, specific value which is present at that index. Okay, or in simple words we can say that with the help of index method it will give you the return of a it will give you the index of a specific item. Means index into round bracket within double quotes apple if I am providing. So apple is having whatever index 0, 1, 2, 3, that will be written by this function. So this is tuple method. So this much is there in tuple topic. So thank you very much. We will meet in the second lecture, and again this chapter is not yet completed. We are having second part of this chapter, that is dictionary. Till then just write down the comparisons so that it will be easy for you to remember, because other than this we are not having anything in our syllabus. So just make first column of string, then there will be list, then tuple, then dictionary. Okay, like that, just make a differences so that it will be very easy for you to remember. Okay.